Good morning, bosses. How are you doing? Today is going to be another Q&A vlog where I'm going to answer some questions of people that send me those on social media. So I'll be just answering them. If you have anything that you want to know about properties in the US, properties in Brazil for all my international viewers also that would like to invest in Brazil, I'm planning to do that soon. So I'm going to share that journey with you also. And of course, properties here in Dubai. So today I'm going to answer those questions and let's go. How much is a house for investment in Dubai? Well, I'll start with from the point that every real estate acquisition that you do is an investment, right? I understand what she's trying to say here, like a house that you can rent or a house that you can put in Airbnb or something like that you can flip. But in the end, every real estate acquisition that you do is a investment. There are several types of properties here in Dubai. You have the ultra super mega high luxury that costs 150 to 100 million dollars, and you have the less expensive ones that you can find starting from 180 to $200,000. So it's not how much a house costs, because that question is just asking how much does a car cost. It depends on the engine, depends on the brand, depends on a lot of factors, and the same thing with property. I'm going to tell you, here in Dubai you can find any kind of property. If you want something low budget, $100,000, $150,000, $250,000, you can find it. Of course, I don't know what you intend to do. Is that a house that I would buy for me to live? No, but probably would be a house that I could buy, or an apartment that I could buy to rent to like workforce and things like that. So there is always demand for each kind of property. You just need to know whatever you want to do. A person with $1 million, they can buy a $1 million property, or they can buy 10 $100,000 property. It depends on what they want to do. But in the end, you can find anything within your budget. Question number two, best neighborhoods in Miami for vacation property. I want a place that is safe and well established. The question in Portuguese, I'm doing translation at the same time. So neighborhoods that are good for vacation. So you need to think, what do you like to do when you are on vacation? If you like the beach more than anything, you want to be in Sunny Isles, Surfside, Miami Beach, and you have North Beach, Mid Beach, and South Beach. So if you are in Miami, that's where you're going to be. You can be in Key Biscayne also. So those are the main ones. Coral Gables, you don't have a beach in Coral Gables. You have access to the water, but not a beach. Coconut Grove, the same thing. So if you want a beach, like you want to wake up and walk in the sand, you need to be in that coastline. If you do enjoy the beach, but you like more the urban style, you're going to be in Brickell, downtown. Midtown is super nice. Wynwood is changing a lot. It's not going to be just like a groovy, artistic neighborhood anymore. It's upgrading. So Wynwood, it's a very well played location for vacation home, because also a lot of the buildings that are coming there, they are designed for short-term rentals, so that's a good thing. How does it work, the process to buy a property in Miami for a Brazilian? Well, I'm going to extend this for a foreigner. It's pretty easy. It's basically one of the easiest countries for foreigners to buy. If you want to buy a property in Brazil, you need to register as a foreigner, get a like an I number, not an I number, but like a social security number that doesn't allow you to work, but allows you to do investment. You needed to open a bank account in a bank. So to buy in Brazil, there's some fraction for foreigners. Here in Dubai, not so much, but still, if you are a foreigner, if you're buying cash, you need to send the money to the escrow account. If not, you need to open a bank account. If you are not a resident, it's hard to open a bank account, so you need to work with someone local to do that transfer for you. There's a lot of people that do that service where you send the money to their company, to their account, and they send the money to purchase. So there are free. To buy in the US, there are none. Super easy. If you're buying cash, if you're outside the US, you're just going to send the money straight from your account in your country to the title company account in the US. You don't need anything else. You just need a contract. You're going to send the money, boom, the property is yours. The title company is going to do all the registration with the city and everything like that. If you want to buy that property under a company, if this company is outside the US, it's exactly the same thing. You're going to send the money from their account to the title company. If you want to do it from the US, now you need to set up a company an LLC or something like that. So there's a little more step, but all in all, it's pretty easy. As long as you're in Florida, as long as you are not Venezuelan, North Korean, Cuban, Russian, if I'm not mistaken. Now there's a restriction for Russians to buy properties there, and some other countries that are dictatorship, you cannot buy. Other than that, feel free to do it. What's the average return for investment in pre-construction in Miami? Well, I'm going to tell you this. During the construction, usually it's going to be between 20 to 25%. I just did a few transactions in a property in a building called 600 Miami World Center, where my clients bought studios during the launch. Not even during the launch, like 6 months after the launch, January last year, and they bought the property for around $400,000. After they sold out that building, they start to build a new one, and they started the same kind of studio at $500,000. So from 400 to 500, you have $100,000 appreciation. That's going to be 25% appreciation in 1 year. Of course, they need to sell to cash that back, but that's the new value of the property. Now, my clients only put 50% of the property's value, so that from the 400 they put 250. So now they made $100,000 in 250. So that's a pretty good return. And on good projects, that's what you can. That's what. Best place in Dubai to invest in a property that I wish to rent. Well, there are three kinds of rents here in Dubai. You have yearly rent, you have short-term rent, and you have seasonal rent. Depending on what you want to do, you can go to different locations. But let me tell you this, Dubai is expanding so much. We need about 68,000 units per year, and today is being delivered 46,000 units per year, that the demand is pretty high everywhere. Of course, the closer you are to the water, the higher it's going to be, or if you are in very upscale neighborhoods like Arabian Ranches, here in Town Square, Dubai Hills, that those areas, they are far from the water, but they are very well demanded by a lot of people that come here because they are nice. They are more than just a standalone building or a standalone villa. They are a community. They have their own supermarket. Some of them have shopping malls. So people want that, like an environment that you don't need to go anywhere else to do the things that you want to do. Here in Town Square, where we live, we have parks for kids, we have skate park, we have water park, so there's a lot of stuff. But in general terms, if you want to do short term, you need to be on the water, or Business Bay and DIFC, where the business concentrate and the tourists concentrate. So people that are coming for business, they can just get in and get out. Business Bay and DIFC is good for that, because usually those people that are coming for business, they are going to stay there, so they don't need to drive around. If you are thinking about tourists, Marina, Palm Jumeirah is always a good area, or around Palm Jumeirah, so that's very good. If you're doing seasonal, Town Square is good, Dubai Hills is good. What is seasonal? There's a lot of people that come to Dubai to just stay for like 6 months or 4 months, so you can rent those seasons for them, and those areas with communities are very well demanded by those. And last question of the day, what's the main difference of taxes in Dubai and in Miami? It's pretty easy. In Dubai, you have no tax. You don't have income tax on your rent. You don't have income tax or capital gain tax when you sell your property. And most importantly, you don't have property tax, right? You buy a property anywhere in the world, mostly you need to pay the property tax, which it's a liability in terms of carrying costs, right? If you want to rent that property for the months that you don't rent because you are in between tenants, or if you're doing short term and there's a period of the year that you don't rent, you still need to pay the property tax for that period. Here in Dubai, you don't do that. So even if you just want to park your money, you buy a property and you have basically zero carrying cost. If you buy an apartment, you're going to have to pay the service charges, which is like the HOA fees in the US. But if you buy a villa in a community, the service charge, the HOA fee are very, very little, very little. Like if you buy an apartment, it's going to be, depending where you buy. It's like if you buy in Burj Khalifa, or the address is like 60 dirhams per square foot. But in a regular building, it's going to be between 13 to 17 dirhams per square foot per year. And if you buy in a villa, that's going to drop to like 3, 4, or 5 dirhams per square foot per year, because the maintenance is low. So Dubai, no tax. Guys, I'm trying to make this video as productive as possible. I want to give you not only the desire to invest abroad, but also give you knowledge. Sometimes we have a busy agenda and I cannot like vlog outside, so that's why I do those things, because the idea is to give you content every single day. So those were the questions. If you have any questions, please put the questions on the comments and I'll be glad to answer. Okay? Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.